Feet hit the floor. You're alive. So now what? Well, let me give you a morning motivational minute ish. It's hard to beat a person who never gives up. Babe Ruth. So I said this is part two, or maybe I just thought it, but here's a little story. So, someone in the comments had said, that tattoos should mean something or do. And I will say yes, tattoos do mean something. A story really that prompted the tattoo was back, what is it, 10 days after my accident. So, what happened, or maybe a little bit after that, but basically, so I was in my cycling accident and I was in a coma even when they found me. I was knocked out. So sorry, I should back up. So I was in a bicycle accident when they found me. I was on the road on my back unconscious. They got me help and got me into the hospital. I was in a coma and they told my parents, my friend, well, my parents weren't there, my friends, and I'd be in a coma at least 3 months. Like, if I woke up at all, I may just be in a vegetative state forever. like, or actually, their prognosis was I would probably die within the night. But so I'm very thankful to say I did not die that first night because my injury on my head was diffuse axonal injury or baby or shaken baby syndrome. So there was like many sides of my brain that were bruised, and I also had 3 strokes. So we don't know if that's what caused the accident or it came after, but anyway, so 3 strokes and a terrible brain injury that they said like 10% of people survive it. They gave me a 5% chance. So it was like not looking good. It was very, down, like no. But so I was in my coma and nobody knew what to do. There's a lot of people there first. It was crazy. And so then my friend came to the hospital and she was like all dressed up. She had a dress on. They were like, "What are you doing?" She's in a coma. And she said, "Well, she may wake up. She needs to have something nice to look at." And I will say, there even, she wore the dress we wore on our first date. First and only. Why? Well, I was too nice. Go figure. But anyways, so she came in. I did wake up. Crazy, but I'm thankful for that. But what prompted my finger fucking off? So there was a doctor that came in like a couple times a day, but she would always check and she would pinch like my left side, my affected side, because she wanted to see if there was a reaction. So she would pinch underneath my armpit and then like on the back side of my knee, the tender parts. And I was like, oh, obviously it's not very, doesn't feel great. So I guess this must have been right after I kind of woke up from my coma. But, when, or maybe I wasn't. Anyways, when she came in, I did something, I flicked her off. And so it was then that she knew that I was there, like, that I would be okay. So this is what my parents came in that morning and she was like, come over here. And she told them my mom was horrified. What? And, when I heard about it a couple months later, I was like, I never flip people off. So it was even a surprise to me. But she said at that moment, she knew that I was kind of all there and that I would be okay. So she loved it. So that is another reason. Yep, I have my never give up tattoo right there. Because I'm like, well, obviously it wasn't my left hand, it was with my right. But put it on my left hand to remind me, you know what? There are many things in life you're going to come into contact with face to face that you just don't know a way out. Probably don't know, but guess what? In everything, you can respond. So, just like my story, I didn't respond well, or you wouldn't think very nicely, but I'm like, but it was, I guess, one of those knee jerk reactions. Just there you go. So, yes, among all the other things, it also reminds me of that in Dr. Spatura, Dr. Hills, who was this huge woman from Romania, the doctor, my neurologist in the first hospital. Funny. But, yep, just even like Babe Ruth said, I will say it too. Never give up. Thank you so much. And remember, you matter. Your story matters. You belong here. Cheers.